tourists on a dappled meadow in Kashmir being murdered in cold blood by people coming and asking their religion and shooting them between the eyes. It really was a sickening outrage. And the nation rose as one to support whatever the government chose to do, and what the government chose to do in the end was what most of us would have wanted. I myself wrote an op-ed 2 days after Pahalgam, which was headlined, "Hit hard, hit smart." And that's exactly what the government did. It hit hard, but it hit smart. It started off making a very clear signal this is only about retribution for terrorism. That is, hit only the 9 bases of established, known terror organizations listed on the US State Department's terror designate list, listed on the United Nations Terrorism Sanctions Committee, the 1267 Committee's list of designated terrorists, and we only hit those. The government publicly announced and told the Pakistanis to, we have not hit any Pakistan government sites, we haven't hit any Pakistan civilian sites, we haven't hit any military sites either. We've just hit terrorist infrastructure. And as far as we're concerned, that's it, we're done. Pakistan chose to retaliate in the most indiscriminate and irresponsible fashion, shelling civilian areas, hitting Sikh Gurdwara, hitting the convent of the Carmelites of Mother Mary in Poonch, killing people in their homes, on the streets, 19 people killed, 59 hospitalized with grave injuries. This was obviously something we had to respond to, and every time Pakistan hit, we hit back. But each time, if you were to go back and look at the briefings the government gave each morning, the message was very clear. We are hitting them because they're hitting us. If they stop, we'll stop. And after 88 hours, the Pakistani Director General of Military Operations reached out to his Indian counterpart and said, let's call it off, and we called it off. We had no desire to persist with this war because, as I said, we have better things to do. It's just a tragic situation that has been needlessly inflicted upon us. And I say to all of you, when we seek understanding for what we've done, it's not in a warlike spirit. We're very conscious we are the heirs of Mahatma Gandhi and legacy of ahimsa and non-violence. But we will also honor his advice to stay firm, to live without fear, to have the self-respect, never to bow down, never to surrender to this kind of terrorism. And we are going to continue. If they continue, we will continue. If they will let things alone, we will let things alone. Because we have, as I said, a very clear focus on our own development. I think I'll leave it there, not because I have no more to say, there's plenty to say, but I would rather respond to your questions, and my colleagues are also ready to add their words to these remarks of mine when you have questions for them.